Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's to everyone out there. It's the Nerd Talk crew back with another episode of Nerd Talk. What's going on?
More importantly, happy Festivus for the Seinfeld fans.
Oh,
Festivus for the
I'm not a
rest of us.
Seinfeld fan, so I don't
Oh, you need
understand
to
what
change
you're
that.
saying.
Festivus.
But what's going on, everyone? Hope you guys having a great day. Hope you guys having a great week. It is Christmas week, but today we're not talking about anything Christmas. We're talking about some topics we got on our slate today. But I'm here with my co-host Tyler. What's going on, my guy?
None, man. I'm enjoying my little mini vacation so far. Yesterday was my last. I deemed it my last day of hell at work because this month has been fucking horrible at my job. So let's believe.
You're working retail, buddy.
No, bro, it's worse than last year if that was even possible. It's been barbaric. I need about a week and a half weeks of therapy after the shit
Wow.
I've been through this month. But whatever. I'll deal with that headache when I go back Saturday. But I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, man. My week has been pretty slow. I'm just ready for it to be over. I can finally get like 2 days off back to back. It's been a minute since I've had that, so I'm pretty excited, man. I'm excited for Christmas. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into these topics. We can just get straight through with the stream. We got a couple of trailers to talk about, and of course, we got our Avatar spoiler talk. That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and talk about the first thing on our slate, and of course, it is the Odyssey finally dropped its first trailer.
Publicly.
Now, obviously, publicly, right? It's been people seen footage of this movie already. If you guys went to IMAX screenings and stuff like that, but this is the first time we get to see what it looks like. Obviously, we've seen photos. We know who's in this movie. We know who's directing it. Of course, it's directed by Christopher Nolan, and obviously, both of us were big fans of Christopher Nolan. And I mean, anytime you see the the side, his company shows up on the fucking screen, it's like, okay, yeah, we're in for a treat. I mean, what can I say? The trailer looks really good. It looks really good. I wish they would have gave us more. I just wanted just a little bit more. I felt like there wasn't moments in this trailer that popped, if you know what I mean. Like there wasn't a money shot in this trailer. It seemed more character driven. We get to see who's in the movie. And like I said, I know this movie's probably gonna look amazing in IMAX. It looks like all Christopher Nolan movies look amazing. Like I don't care what nobody say. He has a specific look, specific thing he wants to show in front of the camera, and he does a very good job with it. So I watched it a couple of times. I'm like, man, it looks good, but I'm like, what's driving me to this movie? It's Christopher Nolan. That's what's driving me to this movie. So I don't know. I thought the trailer was good, but it didn't pop for me, if you know what I mean. It wasn't like, ooh, like it didn't get me like it didn't make me jump out of my seat, if that's what I mean, especially for a first trailer for this movie. So but yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, yo.
Yeah, I feel very privileged because I have seen about 3 times as much footage for this movie as you have. Because they played the teaser trailer. I forgot for what. I think it was Jurassic World Rebirth.
What's going on, Luke?
And so I got that. Hold on, just unplug this one. And then so they played that a couple times, and then they said that the prologue was going to play with Avatar Fire and Ash. First of all, before I comment on this trailer, the prologue is the best fucking thing I've seen in the theater this year. That was some of the best. I saw out of the entirety 3.5 hours of Avatar Fire and Ash, that was the best thing of the night, without question. The fucking thing ended and the theater erupted like it was the Super Bowl. That was the best 5 minutes of anything I've seen this year, bar none. So, while I do agree that this trailer wasn't a big hype, hoo-ah moment trailer, I do agree with that. Part of me kind of watches this trailer and doesn't feel that way because I've already seen way more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, this was very much a tease, but I've also been treated to other things that have made me more excited. And yes, the prologue was better than this trailer. But this movie looks fucking phenomenal. I originally was really worried about this movie because I had never heard of the source material. And hearing about the source material, I was like, man, Christopher Nolan doing this. I don't know what this is gonna look like, man. Everything that I've seen so far has proven me wrong. Quite a bit. And again, it's just like Alex said. You don't even need to tell me a premise. You just tell me Christopher Nolan, and I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
While I'm glad he won, Oppenheimer wasn't for me at all, to be honest. It's definitely in that category of I respect it more than I like it. But I'm glad it's one of those kind of like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio got his Oscar for The Revenant.
The Revenant, yeah, exactly.
One of those, well, that's cool. I wish he'd gotten it for Interstellar, Inception, Tenet, The Prestige,
Right.
All the other ones. But the movie looks
The
fucking
Dark Knight.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. The movie looks fucking phenomenal regardless, and we're all gonna be there day one, and nothing really is going to change that because the movie doesn't look bad.
No.
So
that's the one thing I cannot say. The movie doesn't look bad at all. It didn't like I can see an average Joe watching it is like, okay, what's this going to be about? It's like, we're different because we know who's behind the camera.
I feel like maybe what their mindset is most people know what this book is. And so they kind of sat there and were like, well, we don't really need to do anything because it's the Odyssey. People know the Odyssey. It's like when they announced the movie, I was the one being like, what the hell is this? While most of the other people were like, oh my God, I read that in school. I can't wait for that. I was like, I've never heard of this book in my life until right now. So I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks great though. It looks great.
For sure. So if you guys have seen the Odyssey trailer, definitely let us know what you thought about it. I thought about doing a reaction, but I knew my reaction was going to be exactly how I felt. Just, all right, it looks good. I wasn't, I feel like there was no reason to record reaction because I wasn't really giving a reaction when I watched. I was more trying to see what I was looking at and stuff like that. So if you guys seen the trailer, let us know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Our next trailer, of course, we're talking about Avengers Doomsday, the first teaser they had released, which is the teaser they released in theaters for us who have seen the first week of Avatar. And, of course, the big reveal that Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And it's so funny that people has filmed reaction for this like they've never seen it before. It's like if you guys went to see Avatar, you saw it.
Well, the counter argument to that is some of these people go to press screenings and they don't show trailers. Sean was one of them. Sean Chandler, he didn't get it, and he's not on Twitter religiously, so he actually got to see the trailer without knowing what it was.
That's true. But yeah, that's why I didn't bother even recording it. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, I don't need to do a reaction for this because I've seen it already. But I mean, we all kind of figured he was going to be in this movie. I mean, people were like pointing out, like, "Oh my God, he looks like he's getting back in shape." People noticed that he shaved his beard. Like, okay, why are you shaving your beard to get into shape? There's only one reason why you'll be doing those two things is to come back as Captain America, or at least Steve Rogers. Well, obviously, I don't think he's going to be Captain America because we do have Sam Wilson as Captain America. Let's get that fact straight. That's why he wasn't revealed as Captain America will return. It's Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's like I said, you get a nice hint of the Avengers theme in the trailer. And then, of course, we see he's holding a baby. Him and Peggy had a freaking baby, bro. It's like, wow. That surprised me. I'm not even gonna lie. That kind of surprised me. And I mean, it wasn't really much. It was just, basically showing Steve Rogers that he has a kid. And, of course, we get the countdown of, when the movie comes out. Hopefully no more delays. Come on, guys. Do not delay this movie again. And, I mean, I thought the trailer was cool. Like I said, it's just a little tease. I know we're supposed to be getting another one with Thor. And then I guess it's supposed to be a third one, right? It's 3 trailers they're releasing. 4. I'm guessing the next one's going to be Doom, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and then the fourth one is the official teaser trailer of the movie.
So, yeah, I mean, what my thought is, what do you think of this, the way they're doing this marketing strategy? Do you like the way they're doing this, or would you rather them just release a whole teaser trailer like for Avengers Infinity War?
So, I did like this idea until they released the trailer online, because I kept telling people today, I was like, the idea of this was kind of cool, to where you put a trailer in front of Avatar and, gets people to go see it. It may or may not have worked. I don't know.
Well, we know that next week is going to be a different trailer, though, so they can release it.
Yeah, but no, okay. But this is what I'm saying though. Take a look at the Odyssey, right? Just look at how I feel that I've seen so much more footage than you have. I feel
Mm-hmm.
privileged at that because I've
Yeah.
only seen it in the theater. Now you look at this and it's like, okay, sure, we have the gimmick. So come see our movie and watch this trailer. Or you could just wait 3 more days and then see it on YouTube.
Yeah. Because they're most likely going to do the same thing with the Thor one, because I think that's already been leaked as well.
Yes,
And
it
I
has
think
to. I saw it already.
I kind of think they have no choice now. Like I kind of feel like they have no choice but to release it, because most people have already seen it and already talking about it. And I know Marvel doesn't want that to happen. I'm sure they wanted people to go see Avatar to see these trailers.
Sure, but just keep them in the theater. I don't know why it defeats the whole purpose of the gimmick, because like Kevin, he was looking ahead and he was like, "Oh, let's go see it on the week that the 4th trailer is going to come out so we can see the official trailer." Now I'm like, "No, I'm good."
They're going to release the trailer. I don't think that.
Put it out. So what's the point?
I don't. I think the official, like, obviously these are teasers, but I think the official teaser where it shows a lot more, they're gonna put that online. They're not gonna put that in the theater. That's gonna be online straight, like on Marvel's YouTube channel.
What I will say is, I personally, I don't like this teaser at all. I think it's honestly awful. I think the way I described it, it's a glorified YouTube short. That's what it is.
People thought it was fan made. People thought it was fan made, like an AI generated.
It looks that way. The second one for Thor is A, way better, and B, genuinely fucking great.
Yeah,
so
I've seen screenshots of the trailer. I haven't seen
the Thor one is very cool.
Yeah.
So I do like that one. So that one is a lot better. This, I don't know what this was. It was an announcement, sure. But did the announcement work? No, because I heard fucking crickets in my theater.
Yeah,
there were crickets in my theater.
Yeah, there were some people clapping. I mean, I more clapped when we got the countdown. I didn't clap when we revealed it was Steve Rogers. I mean, they kind of already teased it when you see his costume. They show the costume before we even see his face.
Which I guess he's not even. I guess it's not a multiverse variant. It's the past Steve Rogers.
It's the Steve Rogers we've been with the whole time. It's not a different Steve Rogers, because the costume still looks the same from Endgame.
Well, it is the same costume from Endgame. This movie, bro, how can anybody sit here and look me dead in the face and say they're excited for this? I with a genuine fucking straight face.
The thing is, like, I think it's different. I say I'm excited, obviously, because it's an Avengers movie, right? But I'm intrigued with what they're doing, because it's like, well, they've done, to me, that's the one thing I was watching another podcast and they was talking about how, like, man, they've really done a decent job with not really, like, there's no plot leaks. Like, usually there would have been already, at this point, we would already know what the hell this movie's about. And they've done a really good job with keeping it close. Obviously, we know who's all in it, but we don't know which direction they're going. We don't know which version of Doom we're getting. We don't know that much about this movie. So that's what makes me more intrigued. I say not excited, but I'm more intrigued of what we're doing. That's why I say I need to see a trailer to see.
I hear you. I do hear you. And while I agree, we live in a time with the MCU where I can't give them the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Yeah.
I can't trust them to be like, oh,
you've had more men than, oh my God, you know.
I can't. We're not in a time where, like, they didn't reveal the plot of Endgame, and I still said, yo, it's okay. They got it. No, we're far beyond that fucking point. So not knowing what this movie is about is genuinely terrifying. But this teaser did nothing for me. The idea of him coming back does nothing for me at all. I think it's fucking ridiculous and stupid. You could have had him. You could have had him come back as Captain Hydra, which I've been fucking asking for forever.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people want.
Yeah,
and
obviously revealing it is like, okay, is he important to the story, or is he just going to be a first scene and they kill him off?
They said he's the main character of this movie. He is the main character of this movie. Not any of the Thunderbolts, not Captain America, Sam, Captain America, not Fantastic Four, no. Just this fucking guy that we had to bring back because I guess, we're so creatively bankrupt. Uh, I'm gonna try and just be fair until we get all four of these.
Yeah, yeah,
Because, like I said, the Thor one was cool. I have seen it. It's a lot better, and it feels like a teaser for this movie.
yeah.
It feels like actual teaser trailer, and I actually liked it a lot.
I was gonna ask, like, would it make sense for them to cut? They could have cut this down and just put them together.
Possibly.
Like instead of just making them separate trailers, why not just cut each clip down and just put them together? If this is a big reveal that some of these characters are going to be in there, unless they are doing it, I don't know. Like I said, maybe the last trailer will be
Well, no.
putting them
So
all together.
this was a reveal. The
Right.
Thor one is it's a teaser. Like it's showing where his character is, and it's showing things that he's going through. It's a teaser. It's not a reveal.
Right.
I mean, there's one minor reveal, but I mean,
because most of us didn't know whether or not he was. He is revealed in the trailer, isn't he? He has a chair, doesn't he? He has a chair.
no.
See, he doesn't have a chair, so this is, I guess, is a reveal that he's in the movie. Yeah. We all didn't know if he was going to be in this movie. I didn't know Thor was going to be in this movie.
With Thor?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he had one. I thought you meant Chris Evans.
Oh, so Chris Hemsworth, yeah, you're right. He does have a chair.
I'm sure
Chris Evans was the reveal, right? Okay, that's why I was saying. If he doesn't have a chair, then there's a reveal. You're right. He does have a chair.
The reveal of Chris Evans coming back to this movie did fucking nothing for me, to be honest. I was like, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. The one I'm intrigued with the most is the Doom one. Obviously, that's the one everyone wants to see. I guess we're off to the running with the marketing for Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, and then we probably won't hear anything for a while, and then wait till summertime because I doubt we're gonna get a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Super Bowl trailer. Why not?
Yeah, you're probably right. So I'm thinking of the how long we got to the movie because we're a year away. It's like, man, it feels so far away, but you're right. Look, Super Bowl, then it's the summer, and it will be we'll be at Christmas 2026 like that. Like it'll be Christmas next year, like with a flick of a finger. So,
this trailer did nothing for me. It honestly just made me feel empty inside, to be honest.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know. It's. I guess, like I said, we'll just have to wait to see whether or not what these other trailers give us.
This is what they wanted. They didn't want to go back on Kang. This is what they wanted. So now, in the words of a famous man, you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it.
Yep, for sure.
We'll see you next year.
Yep. So that's our thoughts on the Avengers Doomsday first teaser. The first out of many teaser they're going to reveal within the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are ready for that, if you guys have seen this, let us know what you guys thought about in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and move on to our main topic of the day. And of course, we'll talk about Avatar, Fire and Ash. We will be getting into spoilers. So you guys have not seen this movie, hit watch later on this. Go watch it and come back to this part of the stream and hear us talk about the movie. We're not going to go scene by scene by scene, I'm guessing. We're just going to talk about some of our favorite moments and stuff like that. You've seen it twice already, right?
Yeah,
I've only seen it once, so Tyler is a lot more fluid in it than I am, so he'll probably go more into detail than I will. We can get first off our thoughts, and then we can go straight into spoilers. I haven't gotten around to record my review. I've been doing a lot. Obviously, it's Christmas week. It's been insane with shopping and not having really time to sit down and actually record a video. I record a Welcome to Dairy video, and I might have to scrap it because I feel like I didn't really do a good job of reviewing it. But my thoughts on this movie, you guys follow me on Letterboxd. You guys already know what kind of score I gave it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this movie. Now, mind you, this movie is longer than A Way of Water, but I kind of like this movie pacing-wise better than The Way of Water. I think this is like 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes. You barely tell the runtime. I think that one's like 3:12. This is like 3:17 or something like that. It's they're very close. But I'd like the pacing better in this movie than Way of Water. And now, mind you, I love Way of Water. And I'm probably the one that's really high up on Way of Water. And I think this is my second favorite of the franchise. I really enjoyed it. The character dynamic between Stephen Lane's character and Jake. I think, like, talking about antagonists and protagonists going against each other. I think I love their evolution of their relationship. Everything with the kids. I thought I was not gonna like. The things with the kids. I really enjoyed most of the stuff with the children. visually, of course, we cannot say it visually. It looked amazing. Obviously, we'll talk about certain aspects of the visuals when we get into spoilers. But it was a little bit of a negative, but I'll let Tyler get into that because I know he wants to talk about that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. My wife loved it. Like I said, this is the second time she's seen a 3D movie. And she definitely was very happy with her experience. She was over there loving it. I think she loved it as much as I did. So, and that was a plus for me. So, I love the antagonist. I love the fire people was great. And I overall, I really enjoyed the movie, man. I'm really all for it for sure. Of course, there is some negatives, but we'll get into more of the negatives when we get into the spoilers. So, go ahead, Tyler.
You guys know I'm always honest with you guys, brutally honest.
Mm-hmm.
I was very adamant at the beginning of this year that I was not excited for this movie at all. I thought I'm not really a fan of The Way of Water at all. I think that movie is insanely boring, and the script is honestly garbage at points. And it's gotten way worse after 3 watches. I was not excited for this movie, and the trailers honestly did nothing for me. I was just watching them like it just feels like more of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of walked in Thursday night not really expecting anything. I was kind of just like, well, it's an Avatar movie. I know what I'm getting. Let's just hope what I'm getting is better than the last effort. And to my surprise, I actually ended up kind of loving this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And on the second watch, I think I liked it even more. Wow. Now, I can't say it's a 5 because there's things in it that kind of bug me. But for the most part, I really, really liked it a lot. Now, does it feel familiar at points? Sure.
Yeah.
There's still some plot things that I don't love, and there's just little things that kind of hold it back. But I will say the runtime and the pacing were improved to me on this movie than Way of Water. I've seen some people say that this has way worse pacing. I don't know about that because every time I watch The Way of Water, halfway through, I'm ready to shut the shit off. But yeah, long story short, I loved this movie, and this movie kind of brought me back into Avatar. I don't know. I can't really tell you why I loved it so much more than The Way of Water, but I just did like this one. It worked more for me. I don't know, and it kind of goes back to what we said last week, which we'll get into, but it worked. It worked for me. That's kind of it.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I said, now we're getting into the spoiler section. So if you guys have not seen the movie, get out of here, come back, and we'll talk spoilers in the comment section. Tyler, I wanted to get into my negatives right away. Obviously, the one thing I want to talk about was the frame rate. The way the frame rate, you could definitely tell when it changed and when it didn't. Especially in certain scenes where they were like humans in like obviously areas where obviously the things were in front of them. It kind of threw me off, and I knew I wasn't tripping because when we get the first shot of the suns flying, in the mountains, I'm like, whoa, this looks really strange. It looks like it's like, okay, it's like, is it supposed to look like this? And I forgot they filmed this in a higher frame rate, at least certain shots in a higher frame rate, and you can tell when it goes up and down. That's a little negative, but I think for me, as I was watching somebody say, you got to kind of like close your eyes and open them to get your mind readjusted to what's happening on screen. What's your thought on the 3D? Because you saw it twice in 3D, right?
Yeah. Both times it had that crazy high frame rate, and mind you, at Lincoln Center, because I saw it at Lincoln Center and then I saw it at my other IMAX, and both times I had different sets of glasses. One was just the regular IMAX 3D glasses, and the other one, there's these really tiny glasses, and they got these insane fucking frames, and but even before you get inside, they're like, don't touch the lens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's to the point where like we watch the trailers in regular, and there's always that one goof that has the glasses on when the 3D isn't on.
Yeah,
one side is blacked out when it's not 3D.
Oh, wow.
So when it comes 3D, it kind of
Wow, that's crazy.
So both times, I didn't. It was weird because I think I've seen the trailer in 3D. Maybe
I
not. I
haven't
don't
seen it in
remember.
3D.
I didn't remember it being like that, and I didn't remember hearing it was going to be like that. So I just like you said, the first shot of the movie, I said, "Oh, Jesus
Yeah, it kind of
Christ!"
jumps at you too.
Uh, but I think the way I described it to my coworker was, and I think I said this last week too, is that the Avatar movies to me are meant to be experienced in the theater in 3D, but I would
After
much
that one
rather,
time,
yeah, I would much rather prefer watching them
watching
in
it in
2D.
2D.
You know,
I'm very intrigued to watch Fire and Ash in 2D. I'm very intrigued to watch it in 2D. 'Cause I feel like my experience might even get better with that, with watching it without the 3D. Not saying I didn't enjoy it in 3D. I will say if you guys are watching the stream, go watch it in 3D first, then obviously watch it in 2D. But definitely experience the 3D in the theater for sure. You will be amazed. To me, this is peak level when it comes to 3D. All the Avatar movies are great in 3D, at least in the theater for that one time. After, you don't need to watch it again in 3D after that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of our favorite moments. But I did want to get into one negative, and of course, I didn't want to bring him up, even though he's a lot better in this movie than he is in Way of Water. Of course, that is Spider. And the fact that he's such a main focal character in this movie, which I did not know that he was a main focal point in this movie, and he was kind of pissing me off a little bit again. And I'm like, oh my god, why are we focusing on Spider as such a big point in this freaking movie? But then I got more used to him as, of course, they like I said, I know they said they spoiled it in the trailer that he's able to breathe on Pandora now. He doesn't need his damn mask anymore. And on top of that, he's not saying he's becoming a Navi, but he's starting to, develop the things like the Navi. I did not expect that to happen in the movie. And like I said, at first he was kind of pissing me off, but like throughout the movie, I was kind of really rooting for his character, especially when it comes to his father's him and his father's relationship, him and Jake's relationship, and then of course him interacting with the children, with Jake's kids and stuff. I end up rooting for him towards the end, like at the end of the movie when they finally kind of accept him, like, you are one of us. I'm like, all right, I can rock with Spider. He's not that bad. But yeah, he was a negative at first. I would say he was a negative at first, but then he kind of grew into, okay, just a slight positive. But yeah, man, I mean, like I said, the way they structured this movie, at first I was like, man, I kind of like the direction they're going. Of course, with Spider is there, and they like, okay, he can't be here because obviously he can't survive. So they use these transports to kind of transport him. I ain't gonna lie, that whole sequence with the fucking flying things, bro. Like that whole me and my wife look at each other, was like, God damn, this is gorgeous, bro. Like, goodness gracious, this is amazing. I thought that whole sequence was awesome. And of course, them getting attacked by the Ash people, like, bro, I'm like, okay, now we're into the action. Like, that's the one thing I give credit. They kind of throw us into the action real quick. Cause obviously there's not that much we need to learn because we're not really learning from these new people, especially the fire people. They're antagonists. They're not people we're learning from, which is dope. So I thought all that stuff was awesome, man. I really, really enjoyed that action sequence. Um, what else? What else I want to talk about? Obviously, I'm talking about positive and not negatives. I really don't have that many negatives, really, that much about this movie. I kind of really enjoyed everything. I enjoyed even the tear, even though like she was pissing me off because she was just so upset about her son dying. But I understand she's a mother that just lost her child, so of course she's pissed off at everything and everyone. I was gonna ask you, what was your thought on their relationship with Natiri and Jake? Like, they really are at odds in this movie, and it's like, wow, like,
they had some of my favorite scenes in the movie. I
mm-hmm,
love the scene where he brings up to her that he's still human on the inside of that house.
mm-hmm.
She wouldn't look at him the same ever again. I love that.
Man,
That was good stuff. And again, for the second time in this franchise, Sam fucking Worthington, bro. This man, can't believe I'm gonna say this. I need him in some more stuff, bro.
yes, he was really good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to do only Avatar, but
Yeah,
like, you know, I don't know. I think Sam Worthington needed a couple years off. because he, I don't remember what was the last thing he did after Avatar, but he took a break and he came back for Way of Water, and all of a sudden he's fucking great, and he's just as good here.
Yes, he is.
I love it.
Yeah, some of my favorite scenes, man. Like I love the scene where he's having a conversation with Stephen Lang's character inside the cell, and he's like, "Man, you're a Navi, bro. Like, open your eyes, man." Like, I love that whole sequence, and it's just those two characters having a conversation. And I thought Sam Worthington was just carrying that whole scene. He was kind of carrying this movie, man. I'm not gonna lie. He was
great. The Neytiri, man. I think they gave Neytiri a lot more to do in this one than they did Way of Water, and I appreciated that because she's like the OG character
exactly
in the first movie, and then she got jack shit to do in 2. This movie, I liked her arc a lot more, and you genuinely fell for her, man. I really like, I know we're jumping way ahead.
It's okay. We could jump from point A to point B.
The scene that I loved it was when Jake was about to old Yeller Spider.
Yes.
Which I oddly found funny at points.
Yeah.
Because Cam didn't help that Kevin wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole time. But the minute he grabbed, he said, "Oh, come here real quick." And Kevin is like, "Oh, look into the light."
No, if you watch Walking Dead, you got to look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers.
Or he said, "Oh, he's gonna treat him like of mice and men, like the character, bro." That's immediately what I thought of. But the scene where Jake was about to kill Spider, which I kind of like that in that moment, after that big rescue, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Their ideologies flip for like 5 seconds. The entire movie, Neytiri's like, "Bro, kill this fucking kid, bro."
Yeah.
And Jake goes through like 2 hours of movie to finally be like, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this shit, bro. Fuck this kid, bro."
Well, it doesn't help that like I said, they find out that Spider can breathe in the air. They find out he can do it. Because they're confused that he doesn't have a mask on. Like, oh, so we need him. We need to figure out what's inside of him that's giving him this ability. And Jake knew, man, if they find out that he can do this, just imagine how many humans is going to come here and destroy this planet like they did Earth. He's like, we cannot have that happen. So obviously it just finally hit him like, bro, we can't do it. Because look what they just did trying to kill us. We can't let that happen. Which we all knew that wasn't gonna happen. We knew he wasn't gonna kill him. Like, there's no way they was gonna do it. Which I do love that he spoke that he did like a prayer to Awa and he said guide his hand. And my guess is Awa definitely guided his hand and say, "No, you're not killing this kid, bro. That's not him."
He finally accepted Awa because that's a thing in this movie too, is that he finds it to be a bunch of gibberish. He's like, bro, like he says it in the beginning of the movie. He goes, "Oh, like." He finds all the guns at the bottom of the ocean. And they're like, "Oh, we can't fight with guns of steel. It's forbidden. AWOL will provide." And he's like, "Bro, shut up." Like, bro, I ain't trying to hear that right now, bro.
Yeah. Which I like that because it's a reflection on how we feel, how most people feel in real life. Where like I said, AWOL is compared to, like, say, God. A lot of people don't believe in God because the main question is why, if God is real, why would He allow all this stuff to happen, right? Like all these terrible things to happen. And I'm sure Jake feels the same way. Like, at the end of the day, he's a soldier. He believes in machines. He believes in what's happening in front of him, not the spiritual realm of Pandora. He doesn't really, like I said, I think he believes it, but it's just when it comes to when things need to get done, that's out the question. So, but yeah, I thought everything between Jake and Neytiri was awesome. Like I said, that scene, let's go back to that scene where he basically talks like, "Man, I'm pigskin underneath all this. Like, so do you see me like that?" And she said, "Yes." And she said, she's ashamed of her children. Like, that's gotta be real. That's real deep and real hurtful to hear, but I love that he still goes to her and say, "Man, it's okay. We in this together." Like, at the end of the day, they still together. It didn't like split them apart because it goes back to when he gets arrested. She went back to go get him. Like, I gotta go get my Jake. And I love that she says that. My Jake. Like, I was like, oh, what? Yes. Like, I love that. I love that, bro. I'm like, yes, at the end of the day, this is my husband. You ain't gonna F with my husband. That's what I'm talking about. I thought that whole sequence was awesome. That whole escape scene was so fucking dope. Obviously, we're going ahead because there's situations with how the escape happened, but let's go ahead and go back forward. So the kids get kidnapped, and Stephen Lang figures out that they're hiding over here. We need to go to this area, and they capture Jake, and Jake finds out that the fire people took their kids, so they have to join together to get the kids back. Which I kind of figured stuff like this was going to happen, like they were going to end up teaming up, and I was like, man, I was right. And then they flip it on me. They don't team up.
Yeah,
teaming up with the fire people.
So I really liked that for the 5 seconds that it was there. Yeah. I was sitting there like, yo, are we really going to get this for this movie? I am so fucking down for this. I was so down for it.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. I was like,
yeah.
I want that.
It goes the opposite way. He ends up getting influenced by the Ash people. Till the end of the movie, he's dressing like them. Like I love that when the soldier was like, you're compromised. Look at you. And he's like dressed like them. It's like hilarious. Like,
there was a funny part in that scene where so it's him and his friend, the other dude, and they show up and he spoke, and my theater was shocked that it was him because of the way he was dressed.
Yeah.
They were like, oh. The Ash people, man.
Yes.
What
you know who's playing the head Ash woman, right?
I don't know who that is now.
She was in Game of Thrones. She played Rob's wife. The ones that get, if you guys, spoiler alert, if you guys have not seen Game of Thrones season 3, she dies brutally at the end of season 3. If you guys have seen it, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's not very comforting. But that's her. And I was like, are you kidding me? I did not know that she was in this movie. And that's her. She's the head lady, or the head, of the Ash people.
What do you think of the Ash people, man?
I thought they were, to me, they felt like typical tribal, it's funny, I kept thinking about Dead Man's Curse that whole time I was watching this movie because of that scene with Jack Sparrow. That's all I kept thinking about the whole time. It's like, that's like what they are, right? But I definitely got those type of feels. They're cool. To me, they feel like a lot of red shirts and a lot of like, just like, how you play a video game and there's just so extra people you got to kill. That's what they kind of felt like. They really didn't have no character, which I don't believe they needed to. It was really about, I can't think of her name. I wish I should know her name. Yeah, it should be more about her because she's the leader, right? That's who really we focus on. We're not focused on any other people in the clan, right? Because at the end of the day, they just take orders from her. But I thought they were cool and nice. It's great to see an antagonist that's Na'vi. Because obviously we've been following Sky people versus Na'vi. Now we got Na'vi versus Na'vi, and this is very interesting. Makes me think of other clans out there that are against what these other clans believe in. That's why they're doing what they're doing. They turned their back on AWA because AWA wasn't there for them, which goes back to like what Jake felt about AWA. It's like it's all back, it's all balance, I guess you could say, when it comes to who believes in AWA.
Yeah, man, I really like the Ash people. I do wish there was more focus on them because
the actual people, yeah, yep.
I wish, because I think if they had proper focus on them, they could have been even better than they were. Because I thought just them as a clan, I thought they were fucking brutal.
Yeah,
they were over here cutting off. I know they're not called ponytails, but cutting off their ponytails,
right?
Fucking splitting them down to halves and shit. I was like, Jesus Christ! Had fucking people setting themselves on fire and blowing up the ships in the beginning. I was like, good Lord. I wanted to see more of them, to be honest. And Varang was fucking awesome. She was awesome. She was probably my second favorite character in the movie. I thought she was honestly awesome. I loved her performance. I loved her character, and I love their backstory. I want to know more about them.
Yeah.
I want to see. The gist of her backstory is that a volcano erupted in their tribe and nobody came for them.
Yeah, that's why where they live, it looks like that. It's been smothered by the lava and the ash. That's why it looks like that.
And so they don't believe in AWA. They don't believe in all this nonsense. They cause chaos.
Yeah.
And I thought they were fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love how in the beginning, in the opening action sequence, they just show up.
Yeah,
I
they do
kind of
just show
wish.
up though, like they it's like they've been there because they say their name, like, oh, it's them,
Yeah, I wish they did not though. I wish they had just gotten ambushed and they were like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck was that?"
Mm-hmm.
And somebody would have told them like, "Oh yeah, you think Pandora is all mystical and shit? No, bro,
Right.
there's some dark shit in there." But I thought they were great. I would definitely take more of them over the Sky People.
For sure.
Sky People, man.
They're definitely the weakest point of this movie. Dialogue for them is trash. I'll tell you that right now. They all sound like they should be in the 90s, like 90s action movie dialogue.
I find it funny. I'm no Nostradamus, but I swear to you, I said it as a fucking joke last week that they were gonna bring back that little fucker. And who fucking walks on screen?
Oh, you're talking about from the first movie,
yes.
Right? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the dude that got his arm cut off.
That too. We'll talk about that in a second. Bro, that fucker walked on screen.
Yes.
I looked at my friend. I said, "You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro."
Yeah. It's all for a circle.
In all actuality,
come for a circle.
It was kind of cool that he was there. Did he do anything? No. Did he need to be there? No. But it was kind of like, okay, fine. Dude, I swear to you, when the fucking dude that lost his arm in Way of Water came on screen, I out loud in the theater said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
I said, "How?"
Yeah. But it's so funny because all he did was get his arm cut off and he flew into the water, so they could have recovered him. And I
mean, but now it takes away from that moment in Way of Water because that's like one of the best moments of that movie.
Yeah, but I think we'll get to it. But the moment that happens to him in this movie, I think I like this moment better than that moment, just because what happens to him. I thought it was awesome what happened. I thought he was gonna get Samuel L. Jackson. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Giving me some James Cameron gore, and he's not even dead. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, the Sky People. I did like the main army lady.
That's why I was gonna ask you about her. I kind of wish that was Linda Hamilton in that role instead of her. Like, damn, like too bad she's doing Stranger Things. Like, I feel like she probably would have been better in that role than whoever this lady.
Was she in Way of Water, or was she a whole new character?
She was in Way of Water.
I definitely don't remember her in the Way of Water.
She was in Way of Water because I remember she was giving commands to Stephen Lang's character.
What else? Spider-Man. But not Spider-Man. Spider. Spider. I was not as harsh on this character as I was, as many people were in the Way of Water. People thought this man kicked their dog. I liked him, but was frustrated with him that he saves Quaritch at the end. That annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, the second movie, yeah.
And so I came into this movie not really caring about him. This movie actually made me care about him, and I actually liked him by the end. Now,
yeah, same.
I will say I think his line delivery is awful, and I think that is 100% on the actor.
Yeah,
we're now 2 movies deep.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing with that, but I didn't mind him, and I did like writing wise. I did like what they did with him, making him breathe on Pandora was cool. I did like, again, the role he plays between Jake and Natiri's relationship. That was really cool.
What do you think of his relationship with Kiri?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that, which they did come out and say she didn't physically kiss him on the lips. She didn't do that. So
let's talk about Kiri, shall we? Because
I was right.
Yeah.
I called it last week. I called it. Yeah. I said, "Yo, AWOP put a seed in her." And when they said, I looked at my wife. I said,
"I'd say
James Cameron
said it." When she said it, I was like, "Oh wow, he was right. Beat for beat." Well, I mean, which I was happy about because I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yes,
but I was like, "That's funny." He called it straight up.
And I ain't gonna lie. I loved everything with Kiri. I loved it all. And maybe I'm just a sucker for her as a character, but I loved it all. I love that she's just trying to understand who she is. The scenes where she's trying to like talk to AWOP, I'm like, man, I'm all for it. Like,
so I liked about 98% of her stuff. There was nothing story wise I didn't like with her, but Kevin said it, and I agree. I don't think Sigourney Weaver voicing her is really working.
Yes, I think that I can agree with that.
It didn't bother
Someone
me
said
in
I
Way
kind
of
of wish
Water.
they should have just got someone else to do it.
It did
Like,
not bother me in The Way of Water. This time, it definitely bothered me. The
yes.
scene where she connected to Awa and she was like pleading with her to not abandon, I was like, oh, this is bad. It sounded really bad. So I I think there's supposed to be a huge time jump between this movie and the fourth movie.
Yeah.
Can we please get somebody else voicing her, please? We don't need fucking Sigourney Weaver. We don't. I'm sorry.
And that's why it was so funny. Cause I'm thinking, like, did she have a contract where she had to do this many movies? Because like that's the only reason I could think why they would bring her back to voice this character. Is like it has to be she had to sign like a 3-picture deal or something like that to come back or something like that. I said unless you just really like working with James Cameron, that could be a thing too. But yeah, I could definitely agree with that. It's definitely a distraction. And then of course knowing that she's as old as she is and she's supposed to Kiri's supposed to like Spider, they clearly like each other. Because she's the most distraught when they find out. Obviously, they're all distraught, but she's like really upset when Spider has to go back to where he has to go. But yeah, I mean, I liked all that, and I kind of most people thought it was going to be. I know they left a lot open. And I did want to talk about this later. We'll probably could talk about it now. This movie's not doing as well as everyone expected to do. But if we all know Avatar has always been a slow build. It's never been a $1 billion film like right off the gate. It's always took time to get to $1 billion or $2 billion. Right now, it's already averaged the least out of all 3 movies. It's not even at 400 million, I don't think already. So when you got something like Zootopia, already made $1 billion within like 2 weeks. So
yeah, but it also came out at a weekend where the new SpongeBob movie came out, and also
not great.
It was awful. And the Housemaid movie came out that people were really excited for, and that made a lot of money too. It came out during a stacked weekend.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking also about we still got time for holiday. People still going to movies for Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff. So it like I said, people talking about this is going to be a flop. This movie's not going to flop. It might flop Avatar wise, but it's not going to be a flop. This movie's going to make $1 billion. But I mean, I thought about this because they leave a lot open. We see what's his name jump and supposedly kill himself, but I don't believe he died. They didn't show a body. We didn't see him die. We see him jump. We didn't see him die. They leave the chick alive. They don't kill her. And
I did not like that.
Yeah, they left a lot of people alive, saying, okay, we got threads leaving to the next movie.
I think one of my issues with this movie is that it doesn't feel final, which we were told it was going to be final. It was going to end this part of the story, and that 4 and 5 was going to be something different.
Which it
That's not what this is.
Because they can't say a time jump changes it because there's a time jump between 1 and 2.
I didn't like that. When first of all, I think Varane got completely bitched out. I didn't like that at all. I was expecting a big fight between her and Neytiri.
Yeah, I was expecting
Neytiri was gonna get like the ultimate like crowd pleasing moment.
She just roared at her or hissed at her, and she walked away.
And then the thing with Quaritch.
Oh no, Kiri did it. Kiri did it. Not even Neytiri.
And then the thing with Quaritch, I was just like, are you telling me we're gonna run this back again, bro?
Yes. They should have solidified his death. He should have died.
Which,
if anyone killed him, at least
the only ththing I can see them doing is that he finally embraces the Na'vi ways,
and he works with Jake. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see him doing.
Yeah, because it's funny because at the end of their fight, he's like, man, are we gonna just end up being buddies? Like, are we end up going to ride in the sunset? That's what they kind of said when they were getting toward the end of their fight. And I was like, man, are we setting up this some type of like, Fast and Furious shit where he's gonna join the family? Like, is this the way this is going? It's weird because I agree with you. It like I said, if they ended it here, I would not be mad. I think 3 movies work. I don't think we need any more Avatar movies. Even James Cameron says if the movie is not a success, he's not going to be upset because he can move on. I think he's made it where he has, he can make these other 2 movies, but if he doesn't do it, I'm sure he's fine because he can work on other things. But yeah, this movie definitely doesn't feel final, at least for the antagonist. For the protagonist, maybe. But I don't know. No one died. At least none of the main cast died.
Well, I don't know, man, because you had the I don't know the sea people's names, but Kate Winslet's character, she bit it.
She died. Yeah.
And then you had
that was surprising. I didn't expect that.
Some of the sea people, some of the teenagers, they bit it.
He died. Like, wow, they killing him like nothing.
And I thought I saw did Luwak's girlfriend die?
No,
because they showed somebody that looked just like her in I guess the afterlife or whatever.
No, she
when they connected to AWOL. I was like, oh, but
I think if you connect to AWOL, you still can be there. Like you can be there with him. Because that's how what's his name got there. That's how Spider got there. So once you connect, you in that field with them. That's how they connect with their ancestors. Let's go ahead. Might as well let's talk about the third act, man.
Before Luwak, we gotta talk about everybody's favorite Avatar Na'vi kid.
Oh yeah.
He's fucking idiot, bro.
Did he bother me a lot in this movie? Did the second one? I felt like there wasn't really that much focus on him. Like I said, I felt like more focus was on Spider than him. Did he bother me? Not really. He still is doing the same old crappy.
I did like his arc.
The first movie.
I did like his arc because he has a good arc, and it's kind of payoff for how awful he is in The Way of Water. But at the end of the day, sure, the payoff is good, but the setup was dog shit, and it does not make The Way of Water better. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day, he still got his brother killed, and he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is that we have to come down to that. Was it really his fault? Because that's what the whole thing is. Like the whole idea is like they need to stop blaming him for doing it, right? And his arc is that he needs to accept that he did lose his brother, but he still has to, you have to learn from the mistakes that you did. Like that's the idea. Like you even though you don't believe it's your fault, you still got to learn that what you did had consequences, and the consequence was losing your brother. Because he still was end up doing the same crap. He was disobeying orders still. I'm like, what the frick are you doing, bro?
I do like somebody said that the main core theme of Way of Water was family, and and this movie is the grief and consequences of losing family.
Yes,
I really like that.
Terry is dealing that throughout the entire movie. Goodness gracious, she's dealing with that the entire movie.
Yeah, that was good stuff. The relationship between Courage and Varang.
Yeah, that was like
I kind of loved it.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It was weird.
I kind of loved. Okay, so let's talk about this scene. The scene where she gets him high. What did you think about that? Because I liked the scene and what's said, but I didn't like them showing him like all high and shit. I thought that was kind of goofy.
I didn't think it was goofy. I just think we have to see what he's seeing. So that's what he was envisioning. Obviously, all these weird shapes and the way she looks and stuff like that. I just think it was a way. That's why he started converting to her. That's how she kind of lures the people in with this drug. So that's why he was so compelled to, have them be in with the Sky people. That's why he started being like them and dressing like them, because of that moment right there. That moment right there changed him. Right. Because after that, he started being different.
I did love when she says, "I see you," and he goes, "Yeah, you do."
Yeah.
I was like, it's about to get crazy. And bro, this man just literally gives her guns and flamethrowers and shit. I was like, Jesus Christ.
The scene where she finally learned how to use weapons, priceless.
Nuts.
Like, we're talking about a kid at a candy store. Like, it was insane. I love the whole scene where he's teaching them how to use guns and stuff like that. I thought that was dope.
The prison breakout scene, man. That was great. That was good stuff. I love Natiri disguising herself as the Ash person, and that whole breakout I thought was great.
Well, we got the one guy,
dude.
Yeah, helped Jake get out. Which I see people was complaining like, oh, why he just turned on him that quick. But I think even in Way of Water, he wasn't happy with what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to learn from these creatures, not kill them because of how special they are. He talks about all this thing. They have their own language. They have their own music. They're like us, just different species. And that's what he was upset about. Throughout this movie, he's basically getting shunned. He's getting pushed off to the side. No one's listening to him. So that bottles up and he's like, man, F it. Once he find out they were going to kill all the whales at this one place, I can't let this happen. So, of course, he went against his people and let Jake out because he knew Jake was going to be the one to fight against them to not let this happen. It was all, to me, it felt a little off, but at the end, I understood what his motivation was. I don't understand. I don't think we know what happens to him afterwards, right? He kind of just runs away. We don't see him ever again. He doesn't show up again, right?
No.
Right. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, that's why I was like, that's another thing. We don't know how this story is going to end. We don't even, certain characters just disappear after they had a big impact on the story.
Yeah. What's I gonna want to talk about? Oh, let's talk about the whales, the pycone thing. Is it me or I didn't give a fuck about any of this?
So it's weird because they want to make this big infamous the big thing that the whales are connected to they have a connection to the water people and stuff, which I still don't feel that. I feel like we still haven't gotten enough time to care about that.
I feel like no, that's a lie because they dedicated, when you put their time in Way of Water compared to this, it's probably like 90 minutes that they've dedicated all this time to. So you can't say that they haven't dedicated time.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, like I said, at least the one that they want us to care about. The one we obviously care about is the one that was outcast. Yeah. That's the one we obviously care about. But all the other whales, it's like.
But I don't know. Like in both movies, I just don't give a shit about this, and they put such an emphasis on this. Yeah. I'm like, why do I care about this?
To the point that they go to them and say, we need you guys to help us fight against these people because they're coming to kill you. And
but and this goes back to the complaint that I agree with, that it's repetitive. Didn't they do a scene like that in The Way of Water?
Yeah.
Where they had to convince them to help?
No.
I mean,
that doesn't happen.
I thought they did.
The whale ended up coming to help was the one that was helping the son. Lord. That's the scene we get in Way of Water that took down the ship.
Yeah.
Not all of them all of them don't come and help. Obviously because
I don't know, man. I don't care about these things. Yeah. Like I really don't. I don't know. Like the fucking whale is like, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm an outcast. And I'm just like, bro, we're cutting away from, Jake, Nateri, Corge, all this good stuff for this. And
we're supposed to care because those characters are there. They're there in that scene. Jake is
there. No, we're supposed to care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're supposed to care because they're there. But I don't. Like, even when the kids is like, man, listen to them. They're telling the truth. If you don't, then I will be an outcast. I will outcast myself if you guys don't listen. And I'm like, all right. Why is this such a big thing?
Even when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh, the third act is about to start. Oh, forgot about this dumbass scene with the fucking whales, bro. Like, it's not bad, but I feel like we go from all this good stuff to, going back to this. Like it's like the casino shit in The Last Jedi. That's what it feels like. Yeah. You get all this great stuff with Rey and Kylo and Luke, and then we go back to fucking Finn and Rose on a casino planet doing fuck all. Like, but I don't care about any of this.
I'll push back because I ain't gonna lie. The scene where they do come and help them take down the ships, I thought was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Of course it's cool.
When it comes to the third act, what it led to, I'm like, okay, if that's the payoff, all right, then I have to sit through the scene to get to the payoff. I'm okay with that. Because at first they said that they didn't know whether or not they were going to help, which we all knew, okay, they're going to show up. There's no way they're not going to show up. But I mean, when we get to that, obviously we're going to talk about it in a minute. But once the payoff, I'm like, all right, this is dope. But I agree with you. The whale stuff is like, all right, I can fast forward through this. Let's just get to the main thing. Jake being being that guy again, man. We has to go get the fucking what's his title? What's the title he's supposed to be?
So Tuak Makto.
Yeah, he has to basically
That
become that
was,
guy and rally up the
man,
tribes again.
that was awesome when he went back to go get him. I was like, oh shit.
My boy been hiding out in the cave all these years, bro.
That was cool. I mean, he ends up fucking, I don't know if he dies, but you know, he takes a hit. That was great. That was good stuff. He goes back to, he's like, oh, rally everybody, tell them, and everybody shows up. That I looked at Kevin and I said, yo, this third act is about to be fucking nuts. Do you agree that the third act of this movie kind of feels like a remix of 1 and 2 put together?
Yes, because like you said, you get the shot where they talk to Awa, and Awa gets all the creatures to help him again, and they're taking on a really big ship again. It's like some scenes feel like Way of Water with with them trying to race to the clock to get off the ship and stuff like that. I can get it that it does feel like it feels like both movies meshed together. But I'll throw this one at you guys. Watch Terminator and watch Terminator 2. Those movies feel the exact same way. Does it change my feeling on them? No, I love both those movies the same way. So that's how I kind of look at it. He took some of the best moments from those third acts and just put it into this movie. He knew what worked.
Yeah, I felt like
we're gonna just put some of those main moments that you guys love from those third acts and put them into this movie.
Yeah, I felt like everything that took place during the day was a remix of the first movie, and then everything at night was a remix of the Way of Water.
Yep.
But I did like the fight with him and Courage, like on those sky rocks. That shit was nuts.
It was no. Then let's get it done. That moment didn't happen. I was waiting for that moment. We didn't get that.
That still might be the best moment between both these movies, bro. I'm sorry. I really don't like The Way of Water, but that one moment that's probably, other than Jake's speech in the first movie, that's like Jake Sully's best moment, bro.
That should be in the trailer. Yeah. Let's get it done.
It's good stuff. What else? Oh, what did you think of how they visualized Awa?
I liked it because we really didn't see. We see the side of what is perceived to be Awa, which I think that because a lot of people point out, oh, why does she has eyelashes and eyebrows? Is she human? I just think that's what. Like, I'm gonna give an example. It's like what we see as what Pennywise look like, right? Pennywise is he's something we've never seen before, so we make him look like he looks like this to us. So I think like when they look at Awa, that's what they visualize as Awa, and I don't think it could be a lot of different forms. At least that's how I took it. I wasn't, and I'm glad we didn't like see a full body like a Galactus looking figure.
I don't know why it reminded me of something that I'd see in like 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't know. It felt very majestic. I
was all for it.
So Kitty's got these newfound powers. I guess we didn't talk about that. How Varang connects to people and like fucking fucks with them.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was cool as shit. I was like, oh damn. But yeah, Kiri's got these like new powers. I guess she's got the same powers Varang has.
Yeah.
So she cannot just like possess you and stuff.
Well, she could do a lot more things like what Kitty can do. She can like that. She's the reason why Spider. Well, at least Awa gave her like kind of like what you could do to save him, and like she connected to the world itself and made that happen. I mean, like we going forward into time, like the shot where she makes the plants come alive and kill those people so they can get away. It's like little things like that. I'm like, if you can do this, what else can you do? Like what else can she do? And it's like I said, that's why I say I was kind of into everything they were doing with her. It does feel a lot of like, midichlorians, like she's the one. That's what it does feel like. But to me, it makes sense because as what they explained to her is that you were a seed planted from Awa. That's why you can connect with her the way you can. And that's why I believe she said this also, you are being blocked from her because of how this power you have within you. Like I said, what are your thoughts on that? That she was basically like being blocked from being able to connect with her. And it obviously took, and I ain't gonna lie, can we give Took the cute card, man? Like in this movie, like all the moments with Took, I'm like, oh, look, Took. Oh,
I mean, I felt like
taken by one of the guys. Like, oh no.
I feel like out of all the kids, she got sidelined. I feel like she didn't do anything in this
She
movie.
did get sidelined. Like I said, she helped at the end with helping Kiri get to where she needed to get to.
Which I like that.
I was
all
for that moment. I was like, yes, that was awesome.
That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, me personally, if they wanted to make this feel like a final movie for the saga and then to go to 4 and 5, I think they should have killed off Jake and Neytiri. They should have killed off Jake, Neytiri, Sully, or Quaritch, or at least Jake or Neytiri and then Quaritch, because to me, I want to see an Avatar movie where the kids take over. Like if you're gonna make Kiri this big prophecy character, just have her take over.
Right.
That's the way I see it. Yeah, I'm not sure if people are buying her being like the chosen one, Anakin Skywalker for Avatar. I guess time will tell with what we get with the 4th and 5th movie. But I'm fine with it. They're definitely setting up her and Spider to be something. Because Spider's another one that he's just given all this stuff. And they tripled down on Spider in this movie. And I really don't know how people feel about that, because people hated this character already. And now you make him that, oh yeah, not only is he here to stay, he's basically a fucking human Navi hybrid.
Yes, exactly. Like he has one of those things growing out the back of his head. He can connect with Awa and all that stuff. And they have accepted him as one of them. Like they accepted him. So I don't know. It's I don't know exactly what the direction they're taking, man. That's why I kind of wish that this was the last movie. I kind of like just ended at 3. Why do we need 6 or 7 of these movies? Like, why do we need so many? I love the world, but it's like, why do we need more?
Bro. It's fucking James Cameron, but I don't know, man. There's really nothing else to add to it. It's just, I don't know. It's really good stuff. I think on the second time, it actually went by a lot quicker for me.
Yeah. I figured that.
And
that's how I felt about Way of Water when I watched it again.
And I think it helped too that people described this movie when they came out of it as Way of Water Part 2, not Avatar 3.
It definitely feels like a sequel to Way of Water.
It works in that way. Now, do I view Way of Water as a better movie? Not really, because at the end of the day, the movie still has its own fucking problems. The pacing is atrocious and the writing is awful. Now, this movie pays off some of the said awful writing.
Yeah,
but I can't excuse bad writing just because the payoff is semi-okay. Like, sure, Luwak's final arc was really cool, but it won't change the fact that he got his brother killed. No matter how many times people want to, it wasn't his fault. It was most certainly his fault, bro.
For sure.
I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I loved it, to be honest. I've seen people say, "Oh, James Cameron is a two-trick pony," because this is his third movie in one of his
It's crazy to think that most of the movies he doesn't do third movies. Very rarely he does a third.
To me, I thought it was great. It wasn't as good as the first movie for me. I think, yeah. I think they kind of stumbled at some points, but I think it was largely an improvement over The Way of Water. I know people hold The Way of Water way up here. For me, it's just kind of
Avatar is up here. I'll say this is slightly better than Way of Water for sure. Like if I had to rank them, it'll go Avatar, Fire and Ash, and Way of Water for sure. And obviously, I love all these movies. I watched Way of Water and I was like, man, I'm feeling this. I'm really loving this, and it definitely moved faster watching Way of Water. It looks great on 4K as well. So, you got any more thoughts, man? Any more thoughts? I think we kind of covered most of the important stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, that's our spoiler talk for Fire and Ash. If you guys have seen it, go ahead and spoil it away in the comment section below. Will you be double dipping on this movie?
No, and it's not because oh, I don't love it. It's just I probably only need the slip because I'm not unless the steelbook is that good.
Yeah,
because I don't remember the
what if
steelbook
it's
for Way
supposed to
Water
be?
being that good. Well, if that's the slip, then I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a great poster, but
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll probably do the same way because obviously we got the slips for 1 and 2. I'm probably just gonna get the slip for 3 to have all 3 on slips. I don't have any other steelbooks, so I'll probably just get the slips as well. So yeah, that's our spoiler talk. So let's go ahead and move on to our final topic, obviously, of the day. And of course, that is physical media. Do you have any physical media, Tyler?
No, I have one thing coming tomorrow. But
I have no physical media as well, so we will obviously be skipping that. This month was very slow for me. I only got 3 titles this month, so I probably won't be doing a haul for December or November. So obviously, I already did one for November. I'm going to do one for December. So yeah, updates. Like I said, this will be this is not the last stream. Next week's the last.
This is your last stream.
This is my last stream, you guys, for 2025. So Tyler, let them know what they're getting in the final stream of 2025.
So this Sunday we will be live at I believe 8. I have to make sure the time is good with AJ doing our final live stream for the year 2025, doing our top 10 best movies of the year, our most surprising movies of the year. I think AJ will throw in something there for TV shows, and that's gonna be all like that. But yeah, it's last.
Oh, your audio just went out. Fix your mic. There we go. Nope.
Hello.
There we go.
It's gonna be our last hoorah for the year. The end of year stream is always the fun one. We're like, oh yeah, these movies were great. And then we're gonna be doing disappointments, and then the one that I'm excited to do again is like top 5 trailers of the year because that one was actually a fun one we did last year. So
nice.
I gotta go back and look at all the cool trailers that we got this year.
Sure.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I know I said I would do an Avatar review. I got sick, and I just when you're sick, you don't want to fucking do anything, man.
December is always a weird month, man. It's too much going on.
I will try to stick to my normal release schedule for my top 10 best and worst movies on my page of dropping them one on New Year's Eve and then one on New Year's Day or close to there, and then my top 10 anticipated of the year will be around that time. And then so we're doing the year end stream on Sunday, and then we won't be live until the new year because next week is New Year's. So we'll be back that following week for our top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's really it, man. Like I said, hope everyone has a great Christmas. You guys, hope you guys get everything you want. I love Christmas. I'm not big on gifts. My wife did give me a ton of stuff. I'm very excited to open up my gifts, but I'm not huge on opening gifts and stuff. I just really want to chill on that day. I enjoy my wife opening gifts or seeing other people open gifts. I'm not really big on opening gifts. So I hope you guys have a great holiday. Hope you guys have a great New Year's. And hope you guys, enjoy your time, man. Tyler, hope you have a great Christmas, my guy, man. Tell your little brother that I said, what's up? You guys have a good night. And if you guys have nothing else to say, we're out on this one, you guys, man. You got anything else to say, Tyler?
Oh, man.
All right, you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.